since I was younger than 14 and 9 months, but I have had my permit since 14 and 9 months, so I lived up north where it was like my friends' parents were like, oh, you're more responsible than our kid. Here you go. Here's the car keys. You chauffeur everybody around because we know that you're like, the responsible.
Yeah. I remember that. Mulford, I went to Mulford High School, and Mulford had a driving course in front of the high school. And you could take driver's training classes at Mulford High School. But it was a waiting list with about 100 names on it.
Yeah, that's fun though. Classes?
But hey, I watched her 16. I wanted my license then. I didn't want to get on no waiting list. So I took private lessons.
Okay.
Yeah, I took. They had a place called Arrow Driver Training School. It was at Northland in the basement of Northland.
Our
17.
What?
17. These are our last few we got left to do.
Oh, okay.
17 and 18 were
my driver's training teacher was like the wood shop, metal shop teacher, auto shop teacher.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Walk into class, there's ass written up on the chalkboard, and we're all like, the fuck ass is written on the chalkboard? He comes in and he's like, you know why this is written up here? And he finishes it, writes assume.
It was just,
and he's like, when you driving and you assume you make an ass out of you and me. That was his opening intro.
Good Lord.
I remember my driver's training instructor's name, Mr. Flashner. And he had a 1955 Buick Roadmaster. That's what we learned to drive in.
A what?
1955 Buick Roadmaster.
That's like a wagon, isn't it?
No, it's just a big ass
that's
car.
a van, right? Or
no.
the with the wood panels.
No.
Roadmasters? Okay.
It's just a the biggest Buick they made at the time. It was called a Roadmaster. And this was it was a 1955, and this was this was like in 7?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. I see. I'm thinking of like the '80s Roadmasters.
No.
Those ones are like the fake wood panels.
Right. Yeah, man, that car was a big car. And for our finals in the driving, the final test was you had to get on the freeway at 7 Mile and John Lodge and drive all the way down to Cobo Hall and back, and that was your final. And this one girl, she was nervous. I don't know if I could do it. She was screaming and shit. I said, what's wrong with you?
At least you don't have to
she wouldn't do it.
94, man.
She wouldn't get on the freeway. She was
94
terrified.
is a scary one.
94?
Yeah.
No.
To me, that's like...
No. The scary one to me is 96. They go 100 miles an hour on 96, man.
Dude, they do it on every road.
I don't even get on the freeway. Unless I got to go a long distance. I don't want to. The guys are running up on the back of me and flashing their lights and shit. And I was doing the speed limit.
Well, that's the thing. I think that I am a good driver to what the standard of the law is versus other people that like to, play like they are in a race game because maybe their vehicle allows it. Maybe their vehicle doesn't, and they're gonna fucking blow something up.
It's like Michelle. Okay. I was talking to Red Dog one day, and he says, "Have you ever ridden with Michelle?" I said, "What do you mean? Have you ever ridden in a car with Michelle?" I said, "No." He said, "Don't do it, Rudy." Yeah, he said it with a serious voice, with a serious look on his face. "Don't do it." I'm like, what the fuck? She goes 100 miles an hour. I thought he was exaggerating. So I can't remember what the circumstance was, but I was in the passenger seat and she was driving, and she was doing 90 miles an hour. When I looked at the street of her, it was at 90 miles an hour.
Where? On a highway?
On the freeway.
Oh, okay.
But she drives fast everywhere. So I went to her house to trim last, what was that? Sunday. And there was a big dent in her door, and I know it. I said, "What happened, Michelle?" "It was this bitch." Because you challenge Michelle, she's going to take the challenge. You understand what I'm saying? So some road rage shit is happening. She's in there for the long haul. Oh.
Yeah, I could see it.
Oh, yeah. This bitch tried to run me off the road. But I got her. I said, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
See, I drive the speed limit because I do get road rage, and like you just said about her, I have driven people off the fucking road. Like I did that on Hall Road once, right there. This motherfucker, he decided he was gonna honk at me. He was coming out of Hungry Howie's. I was coming out of Subway. Same little cul-de-sac thing.
Right.
We're coming out. He's honked at me backing out, and I was like, "What the fuck's this guy honking at?" So he's in front of me. He, like around me. And,
your rage.
Yeah, and he's stuck at the red light. So, okay, I'm like, "What the fuck?" Okay, it turns green. Now I'm like, all right, is this guy gonna go? So I give him the polite, like, toot toot.
Oh, you know your horn.
Yeah, and he waits at it till right when it turns red, and he goes, "Ugh," and like, I'm just like, fuck this guy. Ugh. And I come out after him. And yeah, I rode him into the median.
Damn.
The center left lane, the whole road. Oh,
Jesus.
man. Yeah, I don't. I got like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some problems.
I
Like,
guess so. Jesus.
like, I drive the speed limit for a reason. Laws are.
The one on the end.
by.
The one on. Yeah, that one.
Those are pepperoni?
Yep.
I guess it's like, if you feel the liberty to, flex and like go against the law, then like I have no problem flexing right back.
See, I just look at them like they're crazy. I just don't, I won't do the speed limit. If you run up on the back of me and you blowing your horn, lights flashing off and on, I'm going to continue to do the speed limit.
Well, yeah, I might pull
you can go around.
Yeah,
What is wrong with you? There's more than one lane here. I'm in the slow lane.
I've seen so many like blatantly, inebriated people in my time, and like whether it be pills, alcohol, whatever, where people are just driving crazy. And that's the thing, like, if they're riding up on you or, like, being weird about stuff, I usually just either... That's good. Dark.
Doesn't take. Well, this is a second run.
Mm.
This was the second run. I did it twice. This is the first run.
That's interesting.
The flavor that came out of it yesterday
Mm-hmm.
compared to today makes me want to start buying my beans.
And grind them yourself?
Maybe.
Do you have a grinder?
Roasting?
Yeah.
I mean, roasting them yourself?
No,
Okay.
they do a good job of that.
All right.
It's more about the terpenes evaporate just like they do on anything else. So as soon as you get the
Oh, I heard you saying right.
fresh off the fresh off the bean is the freshest it is, and then days later, yes, it's still good.
Yeah, but it's
way better. So it's like
it falls.
maybe I need to set up a daily. Okay, this is my. It goes in the fridge. It
For
sits
the
there
day,
For the
yeah.
day, and then tomorrow I drink that one, and that way I'm getting full flavor every time.
Yeah.
instead of-
Yeah. Well, you should be dating them, especially...
Well, it's not. They don't last a week. It's more about
Yeah.
the yesterday compared to today. The smell is astonishingly different. Like I don't even know how. Not yesterday, but
It settles
the day
in on...
the day I brought it
on the-
was yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah. what do they call it? It steeps.
It was just so much more fruity compared to the other one.
Yeah, it's time to steep.
All right. Well, Braden will be here any minute, so I'm going to start this bitch. Braden.
Haven't seen him in a while.
Really? It's been a minute, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing the last two indica.
So that's what, 17? No.
17 and 18.
17 and 18.
Yep, last two.
And it's an indica.
Indica. This one was in a bag.
It looks cool.
It
like
looks
I would
like
be happy in bag looks, but man, I can't get much out of the smell.
No, there's not much smell.
But it's real tight. It's
Yeah.
real tight.
So
Yeah,
you
it's
know
got that
that
structure.
it'll grind up well.
That indica structure.
Real tight. I noticed that. I was like, wow, this is tight as fuck.
So I watched the new Ryan Reynolds movie on Netflix.
I don't know. What it
What's
is.
it called?
Good. Adam Project.
Okay.
He comes back in time and runs into himself.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah, I do want to watch that.
That's
one.
great. And he,
When he's a kid, he's like 12.
oh,
He's 44, and then he comes back and
Yes.
runs into himself at
it's
12,
at 12 years old.
At 12 years old.
Ah.
What happens in Big? Man, I haven't seen Big in so long. He like gets
He
old
makes
again.
a wish.
Yeah, and he gets
And
old.
big?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to be big because he wants to not be treated like a child. So he makes a wish and he wakes up Tom Hanks. And then
Grown man.
Then he goes and does all this
the
stuff.
fun stuff. Yeah,
And somehow, luckily, like,
gets laid.
he just gets
It all
laid,
works,
like,
somehow it all
he
works
gets
out.
everything that every fucking normal 20-year-old would dream of. He gets it like it's nothing. It's pretty realistic.
That's really realistic.
I don't know. I saw the preview for the Ryan Reynolds one, and I was like, "Oh man, I wonder if this is like Big."
It's nothing like Big.
What about the other one?
This one's a time travel.
What about the one where he's like in the game? What's it called? It just came out a few months ago. And he's in the like a video games.
Oh, Free Guy.
Yeah, that's it.
Free Guy was
Have you-
really good.
That's what I want to see. I want to see
I thought that
that.
was funny. It was a good premise.
I want to see.
Basically, he's a NPC
Yeah.
in a virtual game.
So he's self-aware, but he's
He becomes self-aware,
trying to
yes.
break out, or
No, he becomes self-aware while he's in
and
the
he
game.
actually can break out.
No, basically it's an AI movie.
Okay, that's a bummer. See, that's like the.
Why is it a
that's-
bummer? It
Well,
kinda-
that's the next question. Like everybody likes to like pose the whole self-aware thing, and I'm like, what happens when you're self-aware and then you like you're at the fucking helm of the ship, like
huh?
when you're
What?
self-aware and you're at the helm of the ship, like when you realize that you're
Okay.
just like a pawn in it. Like they always pose.
But if
the-
you're self-aware, that's it.
Yeah, well, it's like Alan Watts says, like, you like to think of yourself as someone, but you don't really know who you are at all, because think of your finger. Your finger can't touch its finger, so it doesn't really know who it is. Like, you can only perceive your
Why does
finger.
this taste like that?
I don't know.
To me, that's weird.
They do not taste the same.
Hmm.
This one's chemically. Chemicky. It's got a chemical taste.
Is that what I'm tasting? Is that what that is?
Yeah, not like a chemical, but just kind of a chemi taste.
Mm-hmm.
It does, yeah, it's not. Doesn't taste as natural as like,
Could-
you would want it.
Yeah. Too much chemical.
It's
Maybe.
like
I gotta hit it twice. I gotta hit it again.
Unless it's just like deep, like dark
Would
taste.
they overnude it or something?
No. No, because the ash is good.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what the ash has to do with that anyway, but
but at least you know it's clean.
maybe. Doesn't mean it's clean.
Cleaner.
Cleanish.
Yeah, there's some black shit on there.
This is definitely some homegrown. A home grower did this shit.
Hydro, I think.
Yeah, it could be hydro. It's got that crystal, like, real
Maybe
dense.
the cocoa mix, like
Maybe,
50/50.
yeah, probably a cocoa. I don't want to say, yeah, probably a cocoa mix with some bud hardeners, because it's definitely a really dense bud.
Mm-hmm.
Like, beyond anything I deal with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Oh, what's wrong? Oh, hold on. Let me redo that. Sorry, I'm bad at reading. My uncle's in the hospital. His wife Lori's not doing well in Marionette, Wisconsin.
Oh,
that's
sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
He said he had to take her to a specialist or to a hospital over that way.
Uh,
I don't know where Marionette, Wisconsin is in comparison to anything.
yeah, I've been to Wisconsin, but I don't know where Marionette.
I went to
It wasn't
Worlds at Madison.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I wasn't far. I was on the outskirts of Madison when I was there.
Yeah, we stayed in a fucking farmhouse.
I did too.
Like
That's
literally
weird.
a farm.
No, you
So
did.
that's
I did
almost-
too.
Yeah, it was like a crazy old farmhouse with all kinds of crazy old shit.
I stayed in a farmhouse.
That's the other thing that you forget though,
It was
like
big, too.
depending on where you're at, like we're here in the city and we've got a bunch of different hospital options like within an arm's reach. Like you don't know what it's like in Wisconsin. It might be a long fucking truck to the nearest hospital, and it might be, you know, the main hospital, or it might be like a little, you know.
It's really harsh. It's got a lot of sting on the back end. Oh god, that's harsh. It was chemical tasting. I don't want to say chemical. I don't want it to make it sound bad. It's not a horrible taste.
No, it's not a horrible taste. It's not. Or I wouldn't be smoking it. So it's not a horrible taste.
No, but it's not a taste I would prefer.
That you like, right? Or that I would like.
I mean,
It's
let me
it's in
rephrase
your
that.
face enough.
It's
that
a, if
can-
you, I'm probably gonna say it's a 6 because you keep handing it to me. I'm gonna hit it, but I never 5. I'm never gonna be like,
I'd give it a 5.5.
whose is this?
I'd give it a 5.5.
Yeah, I'm never gonna ask who this is. I'm just gonna hit it and be like, this
Yeah.
is normal weed.
Yeah.
This is,
I wouldn't be mad about it. Like
yeah. If you gave it to me as a joint,
not at all.
I wouldn't be mad about it.
It'd
at
be
all.
good in the blunt all day.
It wasn't
You'd
horrible.
be good in the blunt.
Well, I mean, I like blunts. So like, if it's not something
Why
like
do you like a blunt?
I'm gonna let that sit for.
little tobacco,
Were you ever a cigarette smoker?
yeah, for a
Okay.
second.
Alright.
But I would like to
Yeah,
go
you guys
outside.
smoke cigarettes?
Huh?
You never smoked cigarettes, huh?
I smoked a cigarette one time.
How the hell did you get out of that? Well, I guess you always were. You were
I was
pretty
looking-
confident, weren't you?
Pretty much. I had a little shyness about me too. But yeah.
But pretty confident in
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah. But see, I smoked weed before I ever smoked a cigarette.
I think cigarettes were basically because weed wasn't accessible, and cigarettes were a to be cool thing. Because
They were to be cool, but like in school, like
I
definitely
couldn't smoke them in
remember that.
school because I lived at home.
Well, media made
I wasn't
cigarettes
18.
cool. The media made cigarettes cool.
Oh yeah.
'Cause,
for sure.
in the 60s on TV, everybody smoked cigarettes. I noticed that about the old 60s movies.
Oh yeah.
You have a cigarette. They was lighting up cigarettes left and right.
In the
Well,
doctor's office.
Everywhere.
I
Just
saw,
smoking like it was going on. Oh, what is, oh
This is
okay.
18.
I recently saw an
This is what?
18?
saw an advertisement for
North of Green Bay, he says.
children's tobacco, and it
Oh,
was
okay.
from like the 30s or 40s, and it was like, you know, this little pamphlet thing where
You wanna
it's,
see this?
oh yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, this little pamphlet thing where they're like, yeah, here's children's tobacco, like, you know,
Yeah,
even
man.
kids were smoking.
Well,
And then my friend that went to Vietnam told me he was in the Marines, and he said they encourage you to smoke cigarettes. I said, what are you talking about? The Marines? He said, yeah. He said when anything will go wrong or you fuck up, he said, your drill instructor, your sergeant will tell you, give me 50 push-ups or smoke a cigarette.
What?
Yes. Yes.
Why a cigarette, I wonder?
But he told me everybody on his base smoked cigarettes.
See,
And cigarettes were 15 cents a pack.
and that's an odd habit for you to be. All right, so habits make who you are. So like to take fucking 7 minutes, because that's what it always took me to smoke cigarettes. 7 to 8 minutes from start to finish, and I just smoked shorts. So like, but 7 minutes on a cigarette. Doing that multiple times a day, that's like constantly taking yourself out of the box. Like, why would they want you to remove yourself from like having your head in the game where your
Because nicotine
life
actually
is
makes
at
you
hand.
more aware. That's no joke. Nicotine is a stimulant.
Unless you can't have it.
No, nicotine is a stimulant. It's used by writers forever.
It is a stimulant.
For
Yeah.
millennia. It's something that there's a reason why they would give it to the soldiers. For one, it would calm them. And
Yeah.
again, you're thinking in a different mindset. They're not in they don't have to take a break. You're right. I used to smoke. I smoked cigarettes. One of the main reasons I smoked is because it gave me a reason to go outside and
Take a break.
Take a break at a kitchen. If you didn't smoke in the kitchen, you didn't break. Everyone else was taking cigarette breaks, and then you get your,
Yeah.
maybe if you're lucky.
My thing is like, do you want your guys to win? You fucking keep their mind clear. You feed them steak. You do all the things
I
appropriate.
don't disagree with that, but I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
you want-
No. You're wrong. Totally wrong with that. They don't want you to eat steak. They want you to eat K rations. They don't want you to eat
and
steak.
I watch those videos all the time.
They don't want you.
K-rations.
They don't want you to get comfortable when you're in the Army or the Marines and you're in combat. They don't want you to get comfortable.
But that's the difference between being a pawn and being a utility. So like, are you a tool for them? Are you something that is a valuable asset, or are you just a fucking body that's taking up space? And like, that's the hard reality that you have to ask yourself in those moments of like, how did I
That's the
fucking get
problem.
here?
Yeah, but that's the problem with most
How did I get here
organizations.
killing
Most
people?
organizations are run by not a meritocracy, but a heritocracy. That's to be honest. Most of the people who are generals are people who were born to generals,
Yep.
and that doesn't mean
Or
they're
their family
qualified.
were Army people, or their family.
Yeah.
My grandfather was in the Navy. His great grandfather was in the Navy. On down the line.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a family, just like the senators,
But
just like
that's
Pelosi. Because they talk about Pelosi's because she's corrupt as fuck when it comes to taxes.
Mm-hmm.
But again, she started out with a couple $1 million already back in the day just from her family inheritance. So
Yeah.
once you start out with that much, I'm telling you, you get $1 million. If you lose it, it's because you either were robbed or
Well,
you're really
stupid.
fucking stupid.
my
stupid.
my thing that I just tried to get a credit card, and I actually got denied. And I was like, man, I've got good credit right now, and I got denied for a credit card. So like, okay, I haven't applied for a credit card in fucking 10 years.
Wait,
12
you
years.
had what rating?
I'm at like 7.
And
I'm both.
you applied for a credit card?
Yeah, that
And you didn't get it?
your approval rating needed to be about 650, 659 for this particular one. Like, I read into everything, and the whole reason why I wanted to get it was because it's a simple credit card. It offers 2% cash back, 1% when you make your purchase, 1% when you pay it off. So as long as you budget your money right and you pay it off in full every month, if you don't overspend, if you only spend what you would if you had cash, then you get 2% back, which that ain't bad. You know, if you spend $100, you know, that's $2. If you spend, $1,000, 5,000, 10, whatever. Fucking, it's at least you're making your spending work for you, and like that's the rich man's game. Is like the more money you have, if you can fucking make that shift where everything you spend, you're actually getting a little bit off of it. Like, fuck, man, I couldn't get approved on that fucking bullshit. I was
totally
pissed.
lost me on that. Oh yeah, because you're on that rich dad poor dad bullshit.
Oh.
It's nice that rich dad poor dad works really well when you have assets and stuff.
Yeah, if you have assets, and like that's why I've been like building my credit up. So, like since I used to have phenomenal
But credit isn't assets.
No, but I used to have assets to go with it. You know, when I had the vehicle.
What asset did you have? That's not an asset.
I had the vehicle.
That's not an asset.
Well, you mean something that actually made money, like property? Yeah, that's. Well,
again, because that's the idea. Is
I lost the
this
house,
dude?
so.
You ever heard of Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yeah.
Did you read it?
I read some of it. I didn't read it all.
No. Well.
But I know what it is.
Yeah, it's the dude. He had a his dad was a professor.
Yeah.
So he was making good money, but he always was paycheck to paycheck, or he lived
Right.
a little bit different. Like he wasn't living the same life as the entrepreneur dad that he had that wasn't really working and was just investing money in properties and getting money back.
And then lots of money back.
Lots of money back at a time when the market was exploding.
Yeah.
And also bribing politicians probably the right laws to make it so that you have to pay less tax on a house than you do anything else. Like it's a South Park did it justice.
I think that
They did the real estate fucked over. They didn't fuck over. They really went after real estate people the other day.
I think
on one of the shows.
they're gonna fuck around and piss off more people in America, and this is gonna be another storming of Congress and all that. But this time the people are gonna win. I'm serious because everybody I talk to are so disenchanted with politics right now.
But
Everybody.
what makes them think that they can do any better?
Who?
They.
The people?
The people. Because,
Because they're the people.
But they haven't done anything for themselves up to that point.
No, that's not the point.
We're not
We-
talking.
we're-
You don't know
we're-
that.
I-
Again, you assume that everyone that has money has done something for themselves or just didn't get it.
That's not the
That's
point.
the problem. Most of the people in power now didn't actually do shit for themselves. The Lions suck because the people that own it have never actually had to make money. They've never actually had to do anything.
I
to
say
get
the
their money.
Lions suck because they have a loser's mentality. Because they've always been a loser.
The Lions suck.
No.
They've never won.
Bullshit.
Why would you ever
The
think
Lions-
They won a championship in the 50s. The dude
1956.
and then the dude bought the team. The guy that bought the team was a spoiled kid who had the money just given to him to buy the team. Didn't have to earn it. And then he took the team and ran it like a spoiled child would.
All right,
Give me my fancy toys.
Championship, but like
Again, before the Super Bowl, there was
Yeah.
nothing. It's before the
It
Super
was
Bowl.
called a championship game back then, not the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what it represented.
Yeah, so they had won something. They were a winning franchise. The guy buys the team, then trades away their best product to Pittsburgh, and they've been shit since. Why? Because the owner doesn't know how to fucking run a business. Because he
No.
took over a business.
No, the owner knows exactly how.
He
I
did take
say-
over the business.
The owner knows exactly how to run a business
Well, no.
to fill his pockets.
Okay.
No, that
Yes,
just happens because he lives in a socialistic world.
Look.
Football's a socialistic company
How long have the Fords owned?
since
the
the
Lions?
50s.
Right, and they haven't gotten it yet. They're not trying to get it.
Well, the one's dead.
But they're not. He wasn't. None of them were
You can
trying
have
to
the whole
get it.
thing. Eat the whole thing.
Yeah, they weren't. They're not trying to get it, man. The money is quick money. They don't have to do anything, and I don't think they really even understand the game of football.
No, again, they don't understand anything.
They understand money.
Not really.
Yeah.
How hard is it to do what the other teams are doing? Because you can't do anything different.
Okay.
You're in a socialistic system. The system is set up to where you
Okay.
all get together.
To give you an example of what I mean, they are so conservative. Listen to this. We've had opportunities to get great players in the past. They got the money. They got more money than anybody.
Hold on. If football was on a system set up like soccer is in Europe, if it was set up on that system to where the teams, again, we live in this world where football itself is a socialistic thing. They all work together and they all pool all the profits together and they split them up equally.
Yep.
All the teams.
Yep.
So again, losing or not losing, it doesn't matter. You get the same money every time.
And that's what.
If you put them in a system like the soccer system
They
and
don't-
make them regulate and deregulate, the Lions would have already been sold because they had deregulated 4 times into a league that doesn't make any fucking money.
Yeah, see.
So there's no good reason for the owners to push a winning team because they don't see the profit margins change.
It changes. Hold on. It
No,
changes
no,
a little
It
bit.
should change.
No, it does a little bit.
If you've
because-
got the Yankees, you
Hold
got
on.
the Yankees.
Hold on. It does because if you get a home playoff game, you get all those seats, you get all those concessions, all that beer,
Yeah.
all that shit for those games.
And-
On top of that, you get extra money from
But
the
they
TV.
don't know it, so they don't perceive.
No, they do
it.
know it.
They know it, but they can't.
It doesn't hurt
They-
their bottom line not to get it.
Yeah, because
It's
they
plain
would
and
rather
simple.
have a sure thing.
Well, again, they don't care. They don't have to be good. They just have to.
And
Do
and
whatever
there's
they
money,
want.
And there's money to be made in losses.
Look, not that many teams.
If you're taking losses on your.
Yeah, because you pay your players less because your players are worse than the real good players.
But they're,
so you
they're
don't
not
pay-
taking any losses.
What?
NFL doesn't take any losses,
No,
no matter what
NFL,
happens. No matter what happens.
Well-
Even if the season is canceled, they got insurance that covers
But
that.
my whole thing is
They got insurance that covers everything.
from a player's mindset, like a player that gets paid a very nice wage to come play for the NFL. They get paid to come play, so they only have to do as good as the last guy. So why would we have a winning team when we have a team of fucking losers?
Why would we? Because the coaches they've hired bad coaches.
Bad coaching, bad
Because they're
team,
not-
But
They hired
If-
cheap coaches.
if you don't, if you
That's why
don't,
they're
No, they
bad.
didn't. They actually paid people big money. They paid Marinucci big money. They paid Millen was paid big money. The problem is they're bad at business.
I feel like
They're bad at running shit, so they just ran it like they wanted to. He really liked Millen.
Yeah, but
told him-
McMillan hadn't never did nothing.
no,
he
but
had
all
never
he had to
done
do
anything.
was tell Ford shit was going to be okay.
Right, he was a
Ford
friend.
like,
He was more of a friend than anything else.
yeah.
change the name, sell the team, sell. What you do is
Well,
you
the
sell.
fear is sell
You
the
sell
team.
the
The problem
team
is
to
if
a
you-
different state.
if you
to
sell-
Ohio,
You can't move the team.
you sell.
Yeah, you can.
You sell the
I know you
Lions.
can,
to-
and they
you
would.
sell
They
the
sold-
Lions.
You gotta go through
to
hell to do
Ohio,
it, but you can do
You
it.
take the profit. You make a new team in Detroit,
But
and
why-
then you have a winning team.
But why would the Fords do that?
Ford-
You
why
have
would
the
they sell-
losers. to
There's only
someone
one
else.
Ford.
Well, whatever.
It's
we
the
need only
daughter
one
now.
Ford.
It's the daughter.
Yeah, it's the daughter.
The only one that has control.
Yeah, but
Because it went dad, the mom,
the mom,
then the son,
then the son, then the daughter.
then the daughter.
Right.
So it
But
went
what I'm
through all
saying
of
is,
them.
so it's went through four of them, right?
It's on the fourth one.
That's on the fourth one now. So what I'm saying is,
Man, this is a good conversation with Braden. Where the fuck is he? Because he would know all about this.
they're making money with it because people are. It's just like in baseball. People don't go to the stadium.
Well, right now,
No matter how
baseball is
rotten the team
fucking
is.
off.
They're gonna go to the stadium. Detroit people
They don't sell out right now.
who don't.
The Tigers. They
Yeah,
sell out every
no.
once in a blue moon.
During COVID, shit.
Well,
What?
not since. I mean, even before COVID, when they're bad, they don't.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
see,
We
right
haven't had a
now,
pitcher
what I'm
for
saying
that.
is right now they're on the verge of
6
being
years.
good. So people are gonna flock to.
Yeah,
They're
until
gonna
either-
flock.
If they stay good, if they stay competing, then yes. But if they fall off like they have been, which again, they do have a chance.
But see, baseball is dying anyway.
Well,
It's a
they
great
almost
sport.
killed it.
I love it.
It's
Yeah.
dying.
They almost killed it with that fucking lockout.
Yeah, but it's
If
dying.
they
Is it back open now?
Yeah, they're back on.
Oh yeah, they're back. Yeah.
I haven't watched the news much this week.
Because if they had locked them out and we didn't get opening day, I don't know, man.
They said that most of the baseball fans are dying or dead.
Yeah.
Young people aren't going to baseball games. Oh, only if their fathers went or their uncles went, you know.
Right.
Other than that,
Because
young people aren't going to baseball
because-
games.
interests are.
They're not going to football games either.
Who?
Young people. They're not going to football games either.
Interests are
football
too-
games are constantly sold out, but that's because
Yeah, but like I said, the younger people. I'm not talking about.
Yeah, there's
It's you know how much money you have to spend to go to a
yeah, I
fucking
know you
football
can't do
game?
shit.
To go to a damn football game?
I knew somebody that had season tickets when she was going to college and she was in her 20s. And in my head, I'm thinking, how? Where the fuck do you get $3,000 a seat to have shit tickets? That's shit tickets. It's $3,000 a season. No, it's actually more than that. Well, yeah, about $3,000 a season for the ticket. For a shit ticket, it's like, how the fuck?
And they sell a lot
Bulk
of
and you sell.
and they sell a lot of season tickets.
You, look, just like we
Well,
were
she didn't
talking
buy it in
about.
bulk. But
What?
even then, you still have to have the money up front.
You ever go to a concert, like, and you instead of, all right, let's say like 3 of you are going.
Hold on. How about that buzz? We've been sitting here a minute. I've been waiting for Braden. I also wanted to give it a gap.
I would give it.
So the buzz.
The rating of the.
Yeah. What do you think of the buzz? Does the buzz hit?
I
I wanted
do.
to actually give it some space.
I say a five.
Hello.
It's definitely a 5 to a 5.5. What up, big
Good to
dog?
see you, sir.
You too, man.
Good to see you, Cleberto.
You're looking good. Walking tall.
You
Does it
can hit
look like
this.
I made
This
a
is-
coffee and left it on my kitchen counter. I just realized that as I was opening the door. I was like, fuck.
This is 17, and we're about to hit 18 in a second. So we were talking about the high. Anyways, go ahead.
I would give it about a 5.5.
Still on the high?
Yeah.
Look, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I smoke it again.
So what? It's been a second. So like, if I say 6, what's that mean?
That you liked it.
Yeah, you liked it. You would hit it.
Above average.
All right. So
4 means you don't hit it.
here's my issue.
You
Like,
think
I
it.
don't want to give it a 5 because like it's a touch better than the middle of the road, like on Buzz and everything. But like,
It's not. Doesn't feel like a 6 either.
yeah, it's
No, it
not.
doesn't.
It's not quite
That's
a
the
6.
problem.
I
It
know.
doesn't
I
feel
know.
like a 6.
It's just wavering in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
So I would. I mean,
Almost
I would,
nondescript.
I would give it a 6 if I'm being gracious. If I would give it a 5.5 if I'm being honest, and I would if I had to point down. Then yeah, it sucks if I gotta give you a 5, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, Braden, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't really like it. It's one of those earthy ones.
It's
I'm not,
definitely earthy.
It's definitely earthy.
I'm not a big fan of the earthy taste usually, unless it's like earthy and piney or something. But
Yeah, there's no pine. It's definitely just earth.
I smoked some better weed than that when you texted me. That's for sure.
He said I was
Why?
very
I gave you deadhead, so yeah.
So I'd probably give this a 5 or so. I mean, I'm not saying don't give it to me, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, rather
That's,
than give
that's
it.
why it's like a 5. It's just, it's okay.
It's okay.
So here's 18, and here's what 17 looks like. Oh, so we were talking about the Lions and why they sucked, and I said it's because the Fords are spoiled brats that don't know how to run a
I think they should go for Deshaun Watson. They got tons of draft picks.
They're
They
not
have
going
all
to
the
do
draft
it
picks.
because they don't. They will not go for a bad guy.
Right.
They will not do it.
People bring up
not
Adrian
bad.
Peterson and
I'm
say
saying-
they want Adrian Peterson. Yeah, but he kind of rebuilt his image though.
It's
Yeah,
been
he's
several
his
bad
kid.
guys that they could have
what his
got
bad
in the
image was.
past.
Beating
Can
his
we
kid.
afford
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford?
You know,
And
All their
Matthew
picks back
Stafford-
at ours too.
Matthew Stafford's not Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson
Deshaun Watson would be crazy.
a better fucking player.
If we traded for Deshaun Watson, whatever our first pick is that we keep, we should go after a wide receiver and just run with it. Amon-Ra, Deshaun Watson, and whoever the fuck else we can grab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have to sign something.
Or getting the Allen Robinson hunt.
they're not going to even
So
inquire.
that's an interesting thing. Allen Robinson is rumored to be like most sought after by the Lions. He's like the number 1 rated free agent. I'm not a huge Allen Robinson fan, but he went to Detroit Country Day. So
Did he really?
being a Lion would be pretty cool to him probably.
Yeah.
And he's solid. It's just I'm not huge on spending a lot of money on a wide receiver, on like a known commodity wide receiver, because they're all fucking divas anyway, and we need all kinds of other shit.
I don't think
You
he
know?
was that good. To get
No,
money.
man. We gave away good wide receivers. We gave away
Yes, we did.
three really good wide receivers that went to other teams and played well.
Yeah. Golden Tate was all heart, and he was good for us because he was hurt, and then we gave him to a team that sucked. Did the same thing to Gallagher. Galladay could have been a number one. You know,
Yep,
he
he
was a
could have
number
been.
one kind of guy.
Who?
Galladay.
Oh yeah.
We had no running threat was the problem, and we kept drafting running backs that didn't pan out.
Now we got 2 running backs that are pretty decent and a good line. But it's the Lions, so
We need a
I don't expect much.
clutch pressure player. A guy that can come through in a clutch. You know what I mean? Change a game. We don't have a player like that right now.
How about the Chargers, man? I'm thinking about putting a bet on the Chargers to win the Super Bowl. They just picked up,
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack. So now they got Joey
I don't
Bosa
know, man.
as
That's-
their number one pass rusher with Mack on the other side of the
Yeah,
line.
but it's gonna be tough getting out of that fucking.
All Mack has to do is take up a double team, and then
He leaves a
What
man
is it?
free.
they gonna double team Joey Bosa also. You can't double team both ends all day.
Nope.
That's pretty sick. And I already like their offense.
Yeah, they got a good offense. They got a lot of receivers.
I like Cam Akers if he's not hurt, because he does some crazy shit on the ground.
But see, that's the problem with football. Injuries can
Yeah.
kill your team.
Yep.
And for some reason, football players today are more fragile than they were in the 50s and 60s. They're way more fragile.
Well, because they actually know what injuries are, and they actually pay their guys money, so they want to use. They keep them like Ferraris. So if you're driving a Ferrari and you hear a little tiny tick, you're gonna take it in. If you're driving my car and you hear a little tiny tick, you're gonna be like,
Yeah,
wait till it
we'll
gets
wait
bigger.
on that one.
We'll wait
Yeah,
on
I gotta
that.
do my oil changes every 10
Think about it. That's the way they treated players back then. It was like, you'll just come out.
But
Do this shit.
If you get
Someone
your
else
oil
will
changes
field.
regularly, right, your car lasts for a long time, man.
They got offended at work when I was like, the one guy, he like sells his kids candy at work, and like, that's cool, right? Fundraisers. Well, I don't eat chocolate or like eat candy really at all.
Yeah,
So
that sounds like a sad life.
I don't partake in this vessel anymore of the eating of candy.
Of sugar and
I
stuff.
pretty
Yeah.
much try to just go with dark chocolate.
So that's when we used to have to do the bowling team whenever kids would come by with candy and shit, as long as like he knew their parents and it was legit, he would, because sometimes in bowling you get kids who aren't legit trying to sell you shit.
Yeah.
But he would buy like 10 of their candy bars and give them away to people. Like he didn't want the candy bars.
Okay.
He just wanted to give the kid $10.
For sure, but like, all right. So one, I'm broke. Two, I wouldn't get that shit anyway. Just
Yeah.
because
You wouldn't buy it normally if you have a pocket full of
like,
money.
No, they don't
I
do
look
much
at
that
that and I
doesn't
see
offend.
cancer.
The-
I see
the parents that take
candy
that
bar.
shit
I
to
see
sell
cancer.
they probably feel like assholes anyway, taking their shit in to sell it, but their kid didn't do a good job selling it on their own, so daddy's got to go do it now.
I don't
You know?
disagree with you on that.
My mom used to say when we had candy and raffles and shit, she's a nurse, and their break room used to have like stacks of that shit. Their break room used to just have boxes of, and sometimes a doctor would come in and just throw a 20 down on it, like give me whatever, you know.
It would be more valuable than
So they just
learning
do it
in
to
the
help the
spring
kids.
how to grow a garden.
Well, nowadays
Yeah,
kids are
but-
selling shit like that for
Hey.
everything they do. When I was a kid, school paid for your fucking uniform, school paid for your gear. Now the kids got to throw
Yep.
40
But-
bucks down on football season.
It
It didn't used to be like that.
It
I
didn't
was
used to be
very
like that. All the
fortunate
schools I
to grow up
went to,
during the
they-
Clinton years because the
There's
music
a lot less kids in
funding,
sports 'cause of that.
Every music and arts class I ever took was so funded. It's beautiful now. Like I hear about the shit kids have to do just to like be in the arts, and it's costing them an arm and a leg, and they're not getting.
I didn't
half
pay for
the
anything in
fucking
school when I
quality.
was in
Yeah.
school.
I did get.
We didn't have money, that's why I did so much. You know, it's like babysitting.
Everything was free. Everything was free back then.
Cut. Let's hear what you have to say.
This
The teachers also
chokes
did
me
better
out.
than
It's definitely decently gassy and like it's fucking tastes good.
Fruity. Gassy. It's definitely got some cough. So. It's got some cough. Brady.
Guys, we're witnessing here live in living color.
I'm like trying not to cough because you're talking about how it's got cough.
And you're coughing even more.
So, yeah, it's definitely gassy. Definitely more gassy than the last one was. I don't like this taste either, though. so I can't really go much higher than a 6. I do like it better than the last one, but
What about the taste? Don't you like?
so to me it feels like it's more of a back of the mouth, and it's kind of like a lingering taste. It's not a fucking, like, I like the tip of your tongue taste. Like, the fruitiest stuff to me is like the tip of your tongue stuff. And this is more like a, I don't know,
Sour
throat taste.
Sour taste.
Not even really sour. I don't know what I would call this. I don't like it though. Maybe a pepper.
Yeah, it's definitely pepper, which is the gas. It's got a better care flame. Rudy.
It's got taste, but it doesn't have flavor, and it's kind
See,
of
I
it's kind of
thought-
bland to me.
18 looked prettier than 17.
Kind of bland, but it seems like it might have a buzz to it, though. But it's bland to me.
See, I thought it actually was kind of like, for being like as gassy as it was, it actually had like the undertone where I could taste.
You
See,
you were tasting something. in
Yeah,
other words. I wasn't.
I never know what to call it because it's something like between like a pepper and a licorice. Like, it's like this, like that dark flavor that I get.
Like Deadhead. You say Deadhead.
Yeah, I do. Good Deadhead
Man.
tastes like fucking black licorice to me. Like,
So nasty. I forget that every time he says it. I pop it out my head. I never.
I just
think
had
about
black
it.
licorice last night and I don't like it. The Swedes fucking love it though.
I love black
what's
licorice.
the what's the
I'll eat-
liquor
I'll
that
eat-
tastes
I mean,
like black licorice?
I will
Jaeger
we'll
Meister.
go out and buy
Yeah,
black licorice,
that's
but if it's around somebody,
I haven't had
I
that.
In Sweden they got a
20
candy
years.
called Fisherman's Friend and it's salted black licorice.
salted
Shaped a
black.
little fish.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's funny, they don't have Swedish fish, but they do have little gummy black licorice fish.
How was what? Oh, it was,
Tastes like shit to
it
me.
was delicious.
I was shocked when I found out how small Sweden is.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of people.
It's like the size of Wisconsin, but only 10 million people.
Yeah,
Like a Metro Detroit.
yeah. I was like, wow.
What
Detroit
happened?
can probably invade Stockholm, is what you're saying. Get the
Yeah,
games of Detroit against the Sailors of Stockholm.
yeah, probably. 'Cause it's
They may all be trained.
It's not a lot of
trained
them.
in Call of Duty.
Anybody?
I'm straight.
So I see why they don't have a, and they don't have a standing army, right?
Who?
They do.
They do,
But they
actually.
have.
It's a citizen army, isn't it?
So the way it works is they do all their high school and then they go to the army and then they go to college. And it's like they do 2 years of army.
Yeah.
And pretty much nobody stays in it. So our one buddy
Right.
over there is career army and he like works for the Ministry of Defense and shit. He has a really good job. And he was telling us, he's like, basically if you're willing to stay in for 20 years, you get a good job. He's
Yeah.
like, no one wants to do this shit. You know, it's like it is an all volunteer
Sucks.
army basically, but
I mean,
it's what gives them full citizenship, though. Like, after you do that, now you got your health care paid for, your
Yeah.
school paid for. Then they come out and get a job after military, and then they go start getting pregnant. They start taking, like, 2 years off every, time they get pregnant. They go to school the whole time. They go to school as long as they can get good grades, So they
Yeah.
all got, like, masters and shit when they're telling you about their school.
It's really interesting, like, that if you go into the military at a young enough age and you serve like a long enough time, depending on what country, usually they'll fucking cover you, float the
Yeah,
bill for
usually
the
you're
rest
pretty
of your
hard
life.
up,
Yeah.
And you get 3 square meals. You can eat at the cafeteria. You don't have to go fucking
Well,
get your lunch.
a friend of mine told me, he said
Yeah.
that, he said, "Look,
Very much.
you work your way out of work in the military.
Yeah.
The longer you're in there,
Yeah.
you learn all the little
Less you have to
hooks. You start doing less
The more
work.
you can just delegate.
Yeah,
So over there too, they're saying it doesn't matter
Understood.
if you got we had all kinds of reasons that you wouldn't qualify for the army, like flat-footed, you can't get drafted. Over there, no matter what shape, size, or illness you got, they got a job for you.
Huh.
You're quadriplegic. Well, we ain't put a straw in your mouth and have you got drones.
yeah.
That's cool.
Some shit.
They wouldn't have sent me on service because they said I had flat feet.
Where did you say?
Sweden.
Sweden?
And I was doing the Vietnam War, so I was glad.
I will say that that's like the craziest shit ever. Like, I couldn't imagine what it could have been like to have been alive during that time and just watching.
Well, shit. If we had the draft now, I'm 37 and 300
your friends,
pounds.
Your
They
brothers,
draft a million guys
going
before they draft
away
me.
more than likely not coming back.
Well, a lot
Or
of-
coming back. Coming back.
coming back injured and
Oh,
shit.
injured,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had about
Me and Rudy will do shots for you.
I had about 3 or 4 friends who went over there, and a couple of them died, and a couple of them came back, and they were just all messed
Different.
up in the head. Yeah, they
Oh
were
my
all
God.
messed up in the head.
Guy I knew was my buddies.
And I had another guy come back, and he was happy, and he was singing, and life was good.
Had a good time.
And about
over
2 or
there.
3 years later, he flipped out.
Life.
He was what they call him, a grunt. No,
Was he enlisted or drafted?
he was drafted. He was a
14 fucking.
he was a
years.
small guy.
14 years.
So they made him go into
In the holes and shit?
into the
Damn.
tunnels.
I don't-
Yeah, where the Viet Cong was. He had to go in the tunnels. They gave him. He told me they gave him 4 grenades, and he had 2
Let's say, give me a fucking
2
shotgun.
pistols. He had 2 pistols, and he got to crawl down in there. There was no
They got those
light.
things all booby trapped.
Yes,
They're
booby
gonna
trapped. There's
fucking
no
head up.
light and stuff like that. Crazy, man.
There's guys in there waiting for you whose eyes already adjusted to the darkness.
And he told me, he said, that's why everybody got high in Vietnam. I said, why? He
Yeah.
said, everybody got high
Yeah.
in Vietnam.
Yeah, I heard Old Man Blue, a buddy that I played baseball with. He said the best weed he ever smoked was in Vietnam. Hallucinogenic, like sativas that he said I was crazy.
They grow in the fucking mountains of Thailand.
Yeah. My friend, he was a load master. So he could take stuff on planes other people couldn't. He'd have to go through customs and shit. And he bought like a whole duffel bag full of weed from Vietnam. And that stuff was really good. And it lasted us all summer.
What, you never walked past a dog? Did they just look at the loadmaster and he'd nod? Your dog doesn't care what's
That's
in
all.
his bag.
Hey,
Oh man,
they
I
were bringing
cannot
back
wait
guns.
to set up a shop like Chisano's but with weed.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Because you go like the stuff that I had you smell.
Yeah.
It's a nano lot from Nicaragua. There's only 50 pounds of it every year.
Damn.
That's all the trees grow is.
It grows
50
wild in Nicaragua.
You
No, no, no,
No, no, it's fine.
It's a lot.
Glass
It's
of
a,
that shit.
it's a lot. Anyways, so
Buy him a couple
but
more
he
lots,
goes
tell
to,
him no
he
more.
goes to these farmers and he meets with them and he talks to them and he buys the beans off them.
Yeah, I get the email, so I saw that he bought like a farm.
Did he really?
Yeah, he bought. He was like, yeah, working out here like away, working on buying a farm.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so imagine being able to do that. Imagine, because that's what the weed game will be at some point. You'll have a weed shop that'll be all exotics, where dude will have to go and buy 2 pounds or buy all, like, I want this whole crop's mine.
Right.
And then you bring it
And
back.
it's a limited amount.
Yeah, it's going to be very limited.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
Why don't you just hire a
because
couple Nicaraguans to grow right here? It's probably bigger than their micro
Because
lot anyway.
there's
You
a
would
reason.
want
Hold
him
on.
to grow.
Hold on.
You would want him to grow in Nicaragua.
The point is these trees right here only grow in this specific fucking spot. There's coffee beans all around them. Like, it's not just this. They have a little tree and then nothing else. It's this little. This is a little
Yeah,
nano
yeah.
lot right here.
Granddaddy
And
stash.
for some reason,
I'm
because
growing
of
that.
the soil and because of the genetics,
Where it's
something
sitting at.
happened. The light,
This is
they
what it
produce
is.
a different flavor.
Yeah.
But the rest of the beans around them all produce the normal flavor.
So they're coffee beans?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about
This-
weed.
Well, that's the thing. It's going to be weed like that soon, to where you're going to go to Nicaragua because Nicaragua has different light, it has different radiation, it has different humidity, it has different
Less
bugs,
radiation.
Altitude.
different everything. You're going to get
No
different
nuclear
flavors
reactors.
from plants that are grown down there, even if it's the same strain. Same clone, it don't matter. You grow it in my basement and you grow it down there.
Ours
it's
tastes
gonna
like
be,
reactor.
It's going to be different.
Yeah. I get it. It makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So
and the bud that grows on the side of the mountain,
Mhm.
as you go up, it changes.
So
Nice.
it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be the same thing around the country too, because it's already happened. It already happened in California.
That's
So
how
moving to Nicaragua
breweries
now?
work. the old like monastery
Nicaragua
breweries,
is where my
the
coffee's
hops and spices come from.
Well, you know they're the same
Being on the
family. Did
top.
you know that?
What's that?
Hops and cannabis.
Yeah,
They're the same family.
St. Geno's. They split at a
Mhm.
certain point.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Thoughts on this one?
This one. It's hit me. I don't know. I'm getting stoned. I haven't smoked much bud.
So far, I like the taste of this the best. I like this taste.
Yeah, this is the best of the three for taste, for sure.
See, I like the last one.
You like the peppery?
Well, this is okay. This one here was my entry.
18.
Yes. Okay. That is the same. Well, okay. Remember, I got the bad one, so I got one that
I'm
wasn't.
confused now.
Okay. This is my entry into the.
That's what you entered into the cup.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when,
So by the time you set it in, it comes back and tastes different?
did we smoke
No.
that already?
This one's
Yes.
crazy.
We just
though.
smoked it.
Is that what that is?
No,
got
it's the
the
one.
The one before that. one.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember how I told you I was 4 grams short, or
Yeah.
5, maybe 6 grams short.
Yeah.
So I had to. I think it was 4 grams.
Oh, you
So I
put
had to-
something different in there, right? I remember.
This is the better version that everyone else is smoking.
Oh.
Again,
So that's why
grown
you lost.
longer, so it's actually more hashy than the other one.
Yeah.
The other one wasn't as hashy as this one. But this is a death by punch, and this is death by punch. But this was off I don't want to say shit plant, but it wasn't a good plant. It
I see
didn't
what you're
really
saying.
grow out, and it was yellow.
Oh,
But this one
okay.
went purple, and it finished proper. You just trimmed it. So this was more like the one that I entered. So I don't.
Okay,
I'm
that's what
hoping
you're
that
saying.
this is one of the shit
When do you
ones.
find out the results?
April 2nd is when it has to be. Everything has to be turned in. So I'm hoping,
I see what you're saying.
but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that everyone gets one that tastes like this.
Like that.
Maybe not so hashy. It's a little less on the hash if I cut it down early.
Yeah, but
It's like the blueberry in that sense.
yeah.
The purple doesn't come through on it. Is that what you're tasting? Is the purple?
Yeah, I think. Because it's like
And you don't like purples, do you?
I love
really.
purples.
See, that's why
They
you,
look pretty.
purple punch is
Well, there's
This
perp
is-
in here.
What did
purple
you?
punch.
It is perp. You can taste perp.
Yeah, it's purple punch crossed with deadhead.
What did Rudy mention earlier? That I always think it tastes kind of like a fluffier purple runts. You like runts is I don't know what runts is. But it's gotta be some shade of a purple. Because
Probably.
Yeah, Runts popped up on the scene about a year ago. I'd never heard of it.
I remember what's his face.
It's been a
was.
while for a
He's-
minute.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been around, but it just got famed because it won the hybrid cup
Oh, okay.
for the cannabis cup
Yeah.
here. Yeah, I think it's the one that won. Which again, we smoked it. There's a review.
Yeah, I remember.
Elijah. Ezekiel.
Down the street.
Emmanuel.
Elijah.
Eric. We just
It
go
was,
Eno.
it was Elijah.
Okay, I got
Ellis.
the
I'm
rest of
good
the
on
version.
that little thing. But
You gave me that look like I was saying it wrong.
But either way, I don't. There. I think this one right here. What was it? This one right here. If I lose, it's probably to that one.
That's the best so far.
No, it's this. It's just got a really earthy, peppery taste.
Sounds terrible.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you.
No. I mean,
What do you think's going
smell
on?
it. It smells.
His?
different. I mean, it could. There's no
That's
guarantee.
the
in
thing.
it.
That is like a
You
spearmint
never
to
know.
it.
Perception,
That's like a minty.
Yeah.
individual.
That does smell
Everyone
really
got their
good.
own fucking.
I mean, you go by the taste, you also gotta go by the buzz. You gotta go by the
Yeah.
buzz.
Number 16.
And when they smoke that entry that you put in there, and that buzz hit them, you know, if they allow themselves to test it in such a way, they're not smoking back to back.
Like we do.
Right. When that buzz hit them, they're gonna be like, oh yeah.
Last time I was here, he showed me 4 strands, and I picked out the one that was his and the black thing, and it was because of the way it looked. Once I looked at it, I was like, "Yep."
You can recognize
Alright.
it.
But you didn't recognize it today, did you?
No.
No.
Was anything pretty though? Like
No, it all
every-
here.
Everything.
That's the
is
prettiest one.
Everything
You see,
is,
the
is
other
dense
factories
and
don't
like
have-
dense
That's
is
the
good.
prettiest
I don't
one.
remember what
Dense
it was.
is a
originally.
happy customer, but
think I
like
What's the hash pipe, right?
That's
pretty.
pretty.
Can I smoke some?
I can see
Yeah, go
some
ahead.
color in it. Yeah, sure.
That's some purple looking shit there.
Yeah, lightly, a little orange in it too. I feel like
So, do you have any votes cast yet,
shit ain't hot right
or are you
Yes.
just taking notes?
No, I've figured out which one. I have one more, this one right here to do, and then I'll have all of them done.
When are you gonna do that one tomorrow?
No,
You got some time.
Tuesday probably.
We got 2 weeks.
Yeah, probably Tuesday with Bruce. I told Bruce I'd do one with him.
Is he in Mexico right now? I saw pictures.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, isn't that place nice?
Yeah, he looks like he's living it up.
Oh, he is living it up, man. He's
You know,
just
it's,
smiling like a bug,
Picture on
man.
the beach, you can see behind him all the fucking cabanas out in the water.
Yep,
That's sweet.
that is sweet. Oh, look at this mother.
Sharks together.
Just him and his
Fucking
wife
back.
too.
Oh, no kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
grandparents got the kids.
They living the life.
Yeah.
I got my
Pounding it
ass.
right now on the ocean.
I got my ass whooped on Thursday. Walked up to play the guy. I got a 6 handicap. He's got an 18.
What?
Tournament.
I'm like, fuck. I'm 12 strokes down to start, and he shot 11.
What'd you shoot?
It didn't
You
matter.
did not shoot -1.
No, I shot like an 8 or something like that. Maybe a 10. No, 9.
Cheater.
Something like that. But it wasn't a good round.
That's how handicap works, though.
It wouldn't have mattered. I had to shoot -1. No, -2 to beat him.
I
Like,
won
I've
some
never.
money at I
ever.
shot 232. It was 182. So it was as if I shot like a 290. So people probably had the same thing.
But Bruce won because the guy didn't show
Yeah,
up.
make it, Rudy.
And then Chef won too.
You said chat?
Chef. Yeah, no, Chet's never gone. Chet's good at. Like, he's not good at golf because he doesn't play it.
But he can whack a ball.
Yeah, if he gets out there and he's.
Oh, are we talking golf? We went
Leverage.
golfing?
Yeah, well,
Oh.
we're at that league, the simulator league.
Oh, okay.
We played like, I don't know.
Are you almost done then with that league?
Yeah, we played some crazy course that has an island hole. That's literally an island that you have to get on a boat and they take you out when you play the hole. Some dude drives you out on a boat to a dock.
Yeah.
You get off and finish the fucking hole.
Do you know where it was
You
at?
just have to specify.
I
this
can't
is a
remember.
simulator, right?
It's a real fucking hole in real life,
Oh, yeah.
but it's on a simulator.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're playing it on a simulator.
it's
but
the
this
course
is a
on the
real course.
simulator.
But yeah.
It's the real course.
Yeah,
I
somewhere
get
in the world, there's a hole that's exactly
Probably
like this.
California or Florida or something.
I think it is. I think it's out of country. I think it's Korea.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I think there's one in Korea too that's the same way, where it's like
Well,
this giant island.
Koreans are big in golf. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a hotel.
Koreans and Japanese, they love golf.
They got a hotel in the United Arab Emirates. It's all American themed, and there's 50 rooms, and every room is its own island. And they built the islands like all out in this Gulf that they bought.
Oh, y'all
And,
seen that?
Every
Where?
island is shaped and themed after a state.
Me and you talked about
So-
it.
Oh, it's
The
the
Texas Islands, one
the
of the
world
biggest
thing?
ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
did they finish it?
I don't know.
I don't think
But
they
it's like the
finished
Lone
it.
Star State, like. you-
'Cause they have
you
a
rent
palm,
that room,
too.
and it's like your Texas out, the cowboy room. I wonder what they got for Michigan. Is Michigan just like hockey and fucking
No, it's
snowman?
part of it.
Michigan has
Michigan
a couple
is like
good golf
New York
courses.
and-
They probably have the UP as part of Wisconsin.
Because it's a scattering of the world, and then you have the palm and shit like
Some
that.
guy just bought a part of that. some billionaire. I can't remember which
There's a lot
country
of
it was.
American money over
Some
there.
billionaire bought one of those countries, you know. They're making it look like the real country, you know. They'll have an Eiffel Tower on it and all that
Well,
shit.
China's been doing that where they make money just by having people build shit. So they've been buying cities and turning them into replicas of cities. So they have their version of Paris and their version
Yeah,
of
they
fucking
do.
London.
They
I
have a
saw
lot of
that.
empty cities too that they build.
Oh, that fucking hotel.
There's enough people in them to keep
Man,
them running.
I was
What was that
watching
hotel they
They're all
built in
like
China? That big
state-based.
hotel they built in China. You see it? It's like a pyramid. It's huge.
They built that shit in
And
some
nobody's
time.
in it. Nobody's
those
in it. It's
PBS
like 30
stuff?
years old.
It was just all the government money, all the contracts for the dudes who own the
And it's
construction companies.
huge.
It's just ways to keep the rich funneling money
I
and
saw
keep people working.
PBS special on China, and I guess there's
So
like
this is-
deserts in China
This is that
where
one.
they have just fucking
That could,
clothes.
you know.
all the
This is that one? Beer bottle?
Yeah.
clothes.
This is the best one I've smoked yet.
See?
I know it's hard to say because you know you're getting more high as you go, as long as they're doing
You
their
get
job.
more high as you go. You are. You're damn right. It's like an
It's a
elevator
more
ride.
legitimate cough though. Like yours was making me cough. Yours was the one that I couldn't hold back on the cough. But this one tastes better. This one's smooth.
This one's lemon.
Yeah.
No, see,
It's a lemon lime. It's like a lemon.
see, to me,
Yeah, there's definitely
there's some
citrus in
harshness to this one.
yeah, it's
My throat.
there. Really?
because
yeah.
it's all lemon and
It's
This
harsh.
taste is on the tip of your tongue though. Like you taste
Well,
that
I can
right
taste
away.
it, but
that's
it's
the
harsh.
citrus.
Yep.
That's why you it's more. It's not a sour citrus. It's a sweet citrus with the gas.
But it's an early taste. It's not a lingering taste.
Yeah.
It's a taste that fades.
So it's going to depend on if you like perp. Because if you don't like perps, if I walked into the situation and I smoked one that tastes like perps, I'm probably picking this one.
Yeah.
So we need to vote 16 as the worst out of our bunch.
But you don't do that.
'Cause it's the
You
best.
just literally vote what you like.
What you like?
Which one is you think was the best? You write the number down.
Yep.
But we don't want to give our favorite one the best because then
But then
everyone
what?
does and it wins. We want to smack that bitch.
If
Our
we
favorite one
wanna
is
smack
the
that
worst. No, if I was voting highest one, I would vote would be 16 probably. This one.
Yeah, I
I
might
like
say
that
because
taste.
they're both sixes to me.
Do you taste the lemon, Rudy?
Not really. I don't really taste the lemon. There's a harshness that I don't like.
It's weird because it's like a sweet musk.
It's not like that secret flavor in the
I mean, it's got flavor.
taco.
It's got flavor, but it's something else.
It's like the cilantro.
It's something
pico
else
de gallo.
Ooh, I don't like cilantro. I hate
You're one of
cilantro.
those.
I don't do. Ooh, I hate cilantro. First time I had it, I was like,
Powerful.
what the fuck is
It's
this?
got to be just the right amount.
Oh,
You gotta have more onion and more tomato than
ooh,
cilantro.
no, not at all.
It's got to be right.
Your
Cilantro-
pico does not need to be green. It needs to be red, white, and
It's
green.
one of those flavors that hits your.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Yeah,
I don't like
it.
it.
It ruins the salsa.
To me, it
It's not
does.
bad.
We
It
pull
really
cilantro
does.
out of our backyard too, which is even worse because I swear it's more powerful.
Yeah, that's cilantro. No, you can have that.
It's a less tasty deadhead. Like, to me, it's peppery. It's harsh.
I give this like a 6.5, probably.
What? There's
Oh, I'd give it a 6. I'd give it a 6. I'd smoke it again.
I think that's what we gave it the first time.
it's almost a sorbet. Is it? What is this?
Don't know.
We don't know what this
It's,
is.
it's just a number.
It's just a number.
At this point,
It's the one that probably is gonna beat me.
that's what he keeps saying. Who's
Are you
that?
eventually gonna know? Are they gonna tell you what your code was?
Yeah.
Cool.
They'll say you win or you don't.
Yeah.
Because there's a talk on Instagram. They got all the flower people, so I'm assuming they'll find out first. It'll be like number blah blah.
So you need to
number
capture
blah.
any
Oh, see what that-
criticisms they make of your shit, and then
There's no criticisms. It's not like that.
if they mention your shit,
They're not. Yeah, it's either
you need to put that shit on your
Either you win or you don't.
your
Yeah,
podcast.
and no one's mentioned anything yet in the group about any of the numbers except for a few. So it's not like people are like, oh, this one. I think a lot of people don't smoke like I do. So because I went
You
through
start
the
talking
fucking
about how
bag
your
and
number's the best.
I'm
Was
done
it
already.
17?
minus
Start talking
one.
about 1.
Shit.
I did most of them
All of
myself
those are different for everybody too.
because they weren't impressive looking, and I knew I wasn't gonna like them. Like that one we had when we were trimming.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was fucking nasty. And I fucking gave it. I think I gave it to Tom, and Tom was like in love with
And
it.
he liked it.
Oh yeah.
Tom likes weed.
He does,
Oh
man.
god,
He
it was
does.
so nasty. And then the pre-rolls were gross. The pre-rolls, they felt like they were like enhanced. Like it felt like it was. It's the most grape flavor I've ever tasted in my life. And for me to taste it, there's no fucking way.
They gave you pre-rolls to judge.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Did you make pre-rolls of yours?
No, I got to judge. We got to judge all the flour, because it's not like
Pre-roll sounds terrible.
there's
Why
not
would they
that
do
many choices. So, or there's only 6 in the.
Then they're gonna mail you a joint. Come on, man. Mail me some bud. I'll roll a joint myself.
Well, the pre-roll is just a pre-roll thing. You know how it is. People don't want to show up. I'm telling you, I think they put something on them.
A lot of people.
Because the one tasted like fucking pipe tobacco. It had like a pipe tobacco
Ew.
smell. It was so fucking.
Guy was trying to
gross.
introduce me to some weed the other day and hand me a joint, and it looked like something Cheech Marin would pull out of his pocket. It was all zigzaggy and fucking skinny and like shit. And I could tell it was in a white. It was in like that thick white looking paper. I said to him, I go, "Who rolled this shit?" And he goes, "My wife rolls like 5 joints for me every morning." He's like, "I don't complain, but it's her reason that she gets to keep the bag." It's like, oh, okay.
He's rolling it up.
I said, next time you want to show me some of your weed, just bring me a nug, bro. I'll roll that shit myself.
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to hide in here? Why you twist up like this?
That's funny.
Put it in your pocket and then bring it to work. Come the
Oh.
fuck on, bro.
Old folks are ready.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Damn, young Rudy, sir.
Well, dude, I'm telling you,
Rudy's young
they
at heart,
pre-roll all
so.
that shit.
But man, some old folks roll some fucking pinners. Like they roll the
Yeah.
tiny.
Oh, no,
Yeah, I roll too much weed.
See, a lot of old timers been smoking weed a long time, and they know it doesn't fit. Good weed, you don't need to roll a big fat joint.
And on top of that, I'm only gonna smoke half of it anyway,
Yep.
90% of the time. So I might as
I
well.
roll can.
I still don't roll. I still don't not roll cannabis.
But you know what I found
But at
out?
some point, I won't.
The smaller the joint, the longer it takes to get high.
People hand me their weed and have me roll a joint and then get mad at me for how big a joint I rolled. And I'm like, just treat it like it's my own, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's easier to roll more
You can't
weed.
give me the weed and.
But yeah, and then complain
Yeah, work
about
hard
how
to
you
roll a
rolled
little
it. That's
skinny
crazy. What are you doing?
Skinny joints show off your rolling skills. Big joints, you just get that shit sealed and lick it and bam, smoke that shit.
I think that point 0.7 to point, or to 1.6 is like a good joint.
Yeah.
Like anywhere.
I used to have a party
between
trick. I
there,
used to tell
you
people
know,
that I could
that's
fit
a
an 8er
small
in the white,
to
and they'd give me an
good
8er, and
size
they'd be like, no, you can't, blah, blah, and then I'd roll it up, and I'd be like, oh, well, we gotta smoke it anyway. Like, what I get in there, 1.5 grams, 2 grams.
See, I can't
Roll a
get
fucking cannon in that little paper.
I can't get 2 grams unless I'm smoking like an L or something, you know.
Hey, we're not gonna waste this paper.
God damn, an 1/8 in the fucking white. Oh, the white days.
Whites.
Remember when buying
That was like
papers
high school,
felt
man.
like
Oh, no, remember Tip Tops?
When I was in high school,
they still have them?
kids got
Yeah.
soft packs of cigarettes.
They
They rolled
used to
them
give
up
them
in
away
the
fucking
trees.
Buy
for
a
a
Tops
quarter.
now.
They were
Cigarette
a quarter.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, they roll their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember it was a paraphernalia ban on papers for about 2 years. Nobody had papers.
Paraphernalia?
So, papers, period.
Yeah.
I know paraphernalia band.
Yeah.
Like pages.
This was before that.
I know, but you said. You
When I was in high school, if you had a
paraphernalia
pager, they
band or
thought
some
you
shit.
I don't
were a
know.
drug
But
dealer.
check it out. But check it out. So there was a ban on papers.
Yeah.
So my cousin smoked pipe tobacco, and he bought this tobacco called Buglers.
Oh yeah.
And the papers come in
Thick
there.
as fuck.
Oh, everybody was buying Buglers, man.
Yeah.
Throw out the tobacco. Anybody need any tobacco?
Yeah, didn't want the tobacco.
Well,
want the
or
papers.
you roll like the French do, was it 50-50?
Cigars. That's probably why blunts came
half
so
tobacco, half weed.
Oh man, the
my
Swedes
buddy
do that
Dan
shit
used to
too.
do that
I hate
all
that
the time
shit.
at work.
Swedes thought we were drugging them because we put just weed in a joint. They're like, "What? There's no tobacco in here." I'm like, "Why the fuck would I ruin the joint?"
God.
I know.
They rolled one for us. I let them roll one.
They would tell us it brings out the flavor. They're like, "You can't taste the weed unless you have some tobacco
God,
on there."
Yeah.
It's like,
I couldn't
you
even
put
hit
tobacco
it.
on there, all I taste
I
is tobacco.
know.
I don't smoke that shit.
Hitting a blunt is one thing. That's not. I can
Tobacco's
deal with
deadly. I
that.
don't fuck
I
with
know.
that shit.
Because what do they call it? A spliff?
Yeah, well,
They call it.
Yeah, well,
They don't call it a joint. They call it because I was dating a girl from Denmark,
they do
Sweden,
put
they
hash
probably
in
call
it
it something we
too.
cannot pronounce.
yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes they put hash in it.
but they always put tobacco in it
I know, which is
because she rolled the joint.
Dip the ends in acid. You know.
I had just started.
What do you call
Those
marijuana
European-
joints?
I had just started dating her. You know, I didn't know, so she said, "I'll roll a joint." We was at her house. I said, "Okay." And I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
We were
I
doing
found this
something.
on the web for what do you call marijuana
She
joints?
passed that thing to me.
Check
It was
out.
shaped like a cone. She passed it to me. When I hit it, all I could taste was tobacco. I said, "What is this?" She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "It tastes like tobacco." She said, "It is tobacco in there." And then I asked her to show me how much tobacco it was compared to the cannabis. It was way more tobacco.
yeah, because they don't have a lot.
It was way more tobacco.
They don't have. Well, most of them smoke. That's why hash is so not popular, but it's reality over there is because storing hash is way easier than storing weed.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
dude I
saying.
work with, he
Spliff
smokes one of those oil
or
pens,
splier,
just
those, like, hash cigarette.
Yeah.
Or what they would call
He
it.
takes like
That's
one,
hash
and
cigarette.
That's what she called it.
drags
A spliff.
on it, and he's
Be like, "Are you
fucking
smoking a hash cigarette,
ripped."
son?"
And I'm like,
I wish. This is just
I
marijuana.
wish I could get ripped on 2 hits from a fucking
Oh
pen.
God. They,
Like he gets stupid ripped.
yeah, some people still get like I don't know. I just like the taste.
The
When it's
last
a
one.
good joint. No, when it's a good joint. Like that one, I mean, that's fine. I don't.
I don't like when anybody hands me a paper that's not like a thin, not like an old.
Yeah.
Yeah. it
Oh
should
yeah,
be.
I don't fucking.
Big old thick paper.
Unless it's hemp.
I'm almost particular to raw. Like if you're not rolling on a raw, I'm like.
Element makes a good thing.
Element is good too.
It's,
They're good too. I like elements. Sometimes I buy element. Sometimes I get raw.
All you can get is exactly. You gotta get the ultra
yeah,
thin.
there's
All the
ultra
rest of them
thins,
are
the
thick.
silvers.
Oh, Zigzag's got a couple of new papers out.
Yeah, those are
They say they're supposed to be pretty
good.
good
Hemp
too.
ones.
One's called Black Diamond or something like that. Black Diamond papers. It's by them, and they say it's supposed to be a really good
Is it a
paper.
black joint?
No, it's
That looks
just
sweet.
the package is black.
Okay.
Yeah, because Ross came out with their own black.
Yeah, they sure did.
It's supposed to be.
For the kids.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. They don't come in a 300 pack, so.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, they're coming in all kinds of size packs now too. You know, they got a full size and a mid size and all kinds of
Yeah,
shit.
they had 500,
They got all kinds of shit.
300, 500.
I usually buy the 300.
No, it's 600.
Even the raw cones are far
Hey,
superior to any
Sorry.
cone. I will
all
say.
cones suck.
You don't like raw cones?
I don't like any cone.
I like
think
the
cone-
98.
I kinda
97
like
Cones
the
are
cone.
cheating. If people
I kind
can't
of like
roll.
the cone a little bit.
I think because I have such bad taste buds that the cone sucks up terpenes,
Yeah, you told me that.
and
And
because
you
of
may
that,
be right.
it takes it down a notch. And if it takes it down a notch, I can't taste it.
But how-
I don't like my weed.
What about the glass tips though versus that?
Glass tips are fine because it's not really. Yeah, you're getting some resin buildup, but you're not getting the same like absorption. Like there's
the
volatile.
fresh one.
Some of them fucking terpenes are super volatile.
There's just too much filter in it. Because I like having a little, not a filter, but I like putting a little bit of cardboard in there just to keep it open so you get a nice hit.
Yeah, I mean,
Very
You gotta be careful
Even
though because
then-
you can suck
But
the.
that cone is not a filter. It's just,
no, it's not.
open.
But it's still cardboard.
Oh,
it's
I
still
see what you're saying.
absorbing.
And it's a
That's what you're
long length.
And when
of
you're
it.
talking about small terpenes that are super fragile,
Right, right.
That makes sense.
you know what I'm saying?
The first couple hits, but once that gets coated, it's not gonna pick up at any kind of rate. But the terpenes are all gone in the first couple hits anyway.
Yeah, because of heat.
They burn up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the smoke they're in the.
So like the best hit isn't the first hit because it's terpene rich.
if it's
The
good
best hit
weed,
is
if
the
it's
second
good
hit.
weed, it has a lot of dense shit in there, so that joint starts building because they'll stack on each other at the end of the joint,
Do you
and you
guys?
don't get
Right. I see
that,
what you're saying.
that resin is where it comes in. You're getting the double stack of the fucking THC and the terpene.
Adios. I'm a ghost.
All right.
Take it easy, Rudy.
In a minute, Bennett.
Do you feel that smoking weed outside is better than